It's a great time to be an audio enthusiast because things like this exist and can generally be a more than good enough choice for anyone, forever, probably. Well, probably not. This is the Tangzu Wan'er 2. It costs $20 or roughly 1,000 pesos, plus or minus maybe a dollar or two with shipping and stuff. The short story of these are, it looks good, obviously, you can see that. Decent-ish cables, 2-core cables, not so bad. Sankai ear tips, which is actually going to be one of the better highlights of this. And an overall safe and mature sound. That's practically the entire story of these. Honestly, I don't think you can buy bad audio anymore. It's simply a matter of what you like and what you don't like. As for me, I didn't like them as much as I thought I would, but it didn't mean that I didn't like them at all. Okay, enough of that. This is what comes in the package. Okay, so we're immediately greeted by this lovely artwork, and what would you know? The same woman is the first thing that greets you. If, you know, she doesn't fall. The box doesn't really secure the IEMs well as they fell from the foam into the second layer box. And can I just say, damn, these look amazing. In any case, I got them in this beautiful clear white and gold colorway with some silver accents. Well, actually it's mostly silver, but they also come with a colorway with a black housing and a white plus silver faceplate. Going under the secondary box are two more boxes essentially containing the cables and the Sankai ear tips that cost $11 or 676 pesos, which, I kid you not, costs more than half of this entire package if you buy them from Linso. Alright, so before we look at the ear tips, these are the included 2-pin 0.78mm, 1.2 meter, 2-core oxygen-free copper braided cables. Okay, that was a mouthful, but good cables. Decent at the very least. Decent stock cables. Which essentially means that these are gonna be okay cables for most people as, well, they're just simply stock cables and, well, you can always buy new ones. In my use case, I find that I can feel the stiff ear hooks regardless of whether or not I wear eyeglasses. Plus, they do tangle easily but not as bad as the tangling issue I get from the Q2s or the 02s. Not to mention, at least for this mostly silver and clear colorway that I went for, they will most likely yellow over time, so I don't recommend these for people like me who sweat a lot and use cabled earphones when going out and about. Regardless, I love the fact that these cables are color matched to the housing of the IEM that you get, where if you get like the black one, well, you also get black cables. Okay, so now on the ear tip side of things. There are 6 pairs of silicone ear tips, 3 pairs being basic black and orange, large, medium, and small size silicone ear tips, which are decent and based from my experience with stuff like the Q2, 02, and a whole suite of $20 IEMs before coming into this hobby, are better than most within this price bracket. And as for the 3 pairs of the typically aftermarket Sankai ear tips, as a matter of fact, I'm using one right over here because I do love them. These also come in small, medium, and large sizes, but what makes this different from the common stock silicone ear tips are 1, of course, it's going to be the price, 2 are going to be the materials, and 3 is going to be the design. And in the design aspect of things, you can actually kind of see like there are some grooves and it is textured, plus it doesn't feel as, actually, for comparison's sake, these are how the Hex's ear tips are going to look like. They're smooth, they're not textured, and quite frankly, they're actually just soft and I suppose easy to like glide over. Whereas the Sankai ear tips have a little bit more rubberized feel. It has a bit more texture, and of course, there are some grooves right over here, patterns that essentially help it stick to your ear better without actually feeling sticky after you sweat or use them for a while. These use a medical grade hypoallergenic silicone material which is designed to have a soft matte texture that's designed to actually prevent the sticking from your side of your ears, relieve pressure, and it is structured to filter quote-unquote unwanted frequencies. They're actually pretty good description in my opinion, considering the fact that comparing them to their stock ear tips, they do feel better in my ears, they seal well, and they do not stick to my ears at all even when I play, and they provide emphasis to the mids and the highs while reducing a bit of the bass, which can be kind of bloated if you use the stock ear tips. Overall, I'd say that these can be better in terms of how it is packed and the included cables, but because of these ear tips right over here, which is again more than half of the cost of the entire package. Because of that, I really don't think that they can afford to place better cables, or at the very least have a case in the box. Regardless, that's not an excuse for the poor security of the IEMs, which can potentially damage them during shipping. So I give it a 2.75 out of 5 for packaging and accessories. Okay, now for the build, comfort, and the shape. These are made with high quality light resin for the housing, where it contains Tangzu's upgraded 10mm PET diaphragm dynamic drivers, or simply just put it, dynamic drivers, that has an impedance of 19 ohms. The shape is what Tangzu is calling their new universal shape, and I have to say, these are actually quite comfortable, at least for me. Still though, they are not as comfortable as the Legacy 2s, which are going to be my standards for the shape and comfort, but they are good enough to the point where I only feel discomfort from them after around like 5 hours of constant use, despite them being large and constantly touching the sides of my ears. So I'm going to compare like how these look like in my ear just to prove the point, in which case upon wearing the Legacy 2s, right over there you can see that it touches this side of my ears and pretty much nothing else, and right over here it conforms to this part here. I don't know what it's actually called, but it conforms to that. It has a dent in so that this could fit naturally and properly. These get like pretty much 90% of the way there, whereas for the Tangzu Wan'er 2, which I'm going to be showing on my other ear, you can see here that it touches this entire side of my ears and it doesn't conform again to this side. This is kind of forced back by the shape of the Wan'er 2. Also, I have to say, the reason why I'm constantly telling you people to be weary of the fact that clear housings will eventually yellow is because I've already experienced this. Now, do bear in mind that I've bought this way back, and about 4 years ago, I've bought this, I've constantly used them, and I've enjoyed them to their fullest. And you can see here just how disgustingly yellow clear rubber housings can be after, you use them for quite a bit of time. Despite that, I do have to acknowledge that these are thick boys, and smaller ears in general may find them to be too big, or at the very least on the wider side of things. Regardless, I'd give this segment a 3.9 out of 5 despite the cable issues I have, as most people I've encountered with do find the shape of the Wan'er 2s to be comfortable and more or less non-fatiguing. Okay, now before we continue with the rest of the review, I want to ask that if you're enjoying the video so far, a sub to the channel would be amazing. Oh, and while you're at it, comment your opinions on the Wan'er 2. Is it an upgrade over the first one, or is it just like a side grade? Or maybe you would just rather go with something else. I don't know. Alright, now the technicals. Long story short, meh, good enough. The soundstage is typical for IEMs in general and is similar to the soundstage of the 7Hz 02 when using the stock ear tips, but they do get some help, or maybe that's just placebo, from the Sankai ear tips, most likely due to the grooves inside that may help with resonance. As for sound cues in games, good luck, dude. Enemies sound further or closer than how they are, and in my experience, it just becomes very confusing very fast. Imaging is great for vocals and dialogue, but for everything else, I don't like it. This is despite the instruments having general established placements. They just get very confusing. The same sentiment is also apparent in gaming, where in games like Valorant, where linear sound cues are pretty much everywhere, I get extremely confused on where to look majority of the times. And in games like Rainbow Six Siege, vertical sound cues are twice as confusing. That's not an understatement. They're literally twice as confusing. And that essentially results in me, essentially just failing to turn in time to aim properly, as my enemies are already up my face, but they sound like they're coming from the opposite side of the screen or the map. As for the separation, these right over here will be good for casual listening and daily use, but I wouldn't really recommend this for gaming or editing due to them failing to provide a better soundstage and better imaging. Not to mention, these aren't really tuned to be neutral, so they're really not made for the purpose of editing audio and pretty much anything too serious. Choose to use this for editing and you might find discrepancies regarding how you sound like on different devices because these are definitely colored. These also adds a bit of bias to stuff like voices, so you might make more obvious mistakes when editing voices and vocals in post due to that more forward mids relative to the treble and the bass. Now obviously if you're going to be looking at the graph, which is something that I'll pull up right now, if you're going to be looking at the graph right now, they're not really like forward mids relative to the target tuning. But like when you compare them to the bass and the treble, the mids and the vocals in general are the ones that are going to take more of the spotlight here. The same story continues for the speed. After all, at the end of the day, these are still single dynamic drivers, so you won't hear the minor details and nuances of a song or a voice recording that you would otherwise want to have if you're planning to use this for critical listening, editing, or music production. Overall, I would say that these are slightly below average in terms of technicals at a score of 2.75 out of 5, where I really can't recommend them for anything other than casual listening and general media consumption, maybe something like YouTube or watching Netflix. In regard to tonality, I would say that these are personally alright. Okay, so starting it off with the bass response of these. I find them to be tight, deep enough for my preferences, textured and detailed, but they are borderline boring. They're clean enough to not overpower or muddy up a song and are adequate for most genres. The mids are definitely where these things shine the most. Vocals are warm, smooth, and forward, where it makes guitars and vocals sound lively. I would say that vocals sound natural and detailed, plus in songs where there's a lot of guitars like Sultans of Swing by Dire Straits or Don't Know Why by Norah Jones, they absolutely sound magical. Treble is above average for me as they come off as detailed and mostly smooth while providing a good amount of air. What killed it for me is that they can come off as a bit sibilant in songs like Emotions by Mariah Carey and can come off as shouty in songs like Give It To Me by Timbaland. So overall, I'd rate the tonality at a subjective 3.8 out of 5 as it is a bit more mature, where it emphasizes more of the mids and highs, with the highs sometimes being a bit too much for my ears. In any case, I'd say that these are for those that love to listen to songs with a lot of acoustic guitar sounds and vocals are the main thing. An example of like these types of songs may be Iris by Goo Goo Dolls, or look up on YouTube right now, Sam Smith's Tiny Desk Concert. Those sing on these, and like the recording, despite being like on YouTube and YouTube compression and stuff, it sounds amazing on these. Okay, now in a previous video, I mentioned that I'm an audio enthusiast, not an audiophile, so my use case may differ from yours, but for me, generally speaking, I use IEMs for stuff like commutes, gaming, listening to songs while studying, and watching YouTube or Netflix. When it comes to general media consumption, like say YouTube, Netflix, casual music listening while in my room, these are fine. I love these as I tend to listen to media with a lot of dialogue or a more vocal focused song, where for me at least it gets a pass in those use cases. What really sucked is when I use this for commuting and gaming. The cables are terrible. These are sorry for the term, but these tangle a lot and twist a lot even after 2 weeks of constant use. The ear hooks also irritates me, and actually it just becomes painful when I wear these with my eyeglasses, which I often do. Okay, so gaming wise, I A/B tested these with the Chew 2s in Valorant, and good lord, these literally confused me to the point where it affected my ability to tell where people are on the map and their distance relative to me. I literally got shot on multiple times because I thought they were in one direction, but they're on the opposite side and they're like so close, but I heard them from far away. Like, bro, this I really cannot. Like, no amount of maybe actually no, not no amount, but maybe. Okay, now you can see it tangles so easily. No amount, I think, of EQ can say these for gaming, because in terms of like positional audio in games like Valorant, Rainbow Six Siege, or anything literally where you need like sound cues because it can get a bit messy and scrappy sometimes. No, just don't get these if you're planning to use them for those types of applications, because I got destroyed multiple times while wearing these. Let's just put it out there. Enough of that. Yes, you get the gist. In terms of value for money, I'd say that these are a 4 out of 5, as it can compete with more modern IEM releases within this price bracket in terms of tonality and technical. I would have given them a 5 out of 5 just for the ear tips alone, but of course, I have to step back and look at the bigger picture. For the most part, I do actually recommend these. I think that most will like these, especially those that really love to listen to a lot of music where vocals are the main story of the song and there's a lot of instruments like acoustic guitars and pianos in the mix. The lack of a case may be an issue, as these can potentially scratch easily as they're just made out of resin, and it's made with one of those cheap feeling resins too. But I don't find that to be too much of an issue, similar to the cables, as you can simply purchase aftermarket like cables and cases. And Sankai ear tips does provide a lot of value to the entire package. I actually wonder how on earth like they were able to package these with, first of all, a gorgeous box, a decent enough cable without sacrificing looks on the IEMs as well. In any case, however, I give the Tangzu Wan'er 2s an objective B- as an overall grade and for music listening for my experience, again, from my experience. But subjectively, I rate this at a C. I love it, again, for songs like Iris and Don't Know Why, but I don't find these to be good for anything else like gaming or editing. If you're curious as to why I rate this as a B-, I have a separate video explaining how I weigh different segments and why I weighted them in that manner. Okay, so links on where to buy the new Tangzu Wan'er 2s will be in the description below, but please do remember that they will be affiliate links, so I do get a kickback for each and every purchase that you made without additional costs to you, of course. So if you'd like to support the channel, please use them, as they would provide a lot of help. Do tell me in the comment section if you agree or maybe even disagree with my observations. Leave a like, subscribe, share the channel to a friend, and click here if you're interested in another video of mine. YouTube thinks you like this, so I'd say try it, give it a go. Okay, so this has been the Wan'er 2. I've been Charles. Bye.